As always, welcome to Descent. It's gonna be another ladder that I wanted to share because it was quite funny. Not very serious, at least. You'll see. And the first thing you want to tell me is how can you not be serious on a map like Seraphim Glacier? Which is a very nice map, but it has been around for such a long time. I feel like it's a really try-hard map. So as soon as I saw this map, I was kinda worried. So the idea is to get one of the side islands, which are exactly like the one I'm standing on at the moment. So just another position. Yeah, 4 islands, exactly the same. And what you want to do is drop as soon as possible. So I'm not going Air Factory first, because there is already quite a bit to do on this island. But the air factory is gonna follow pretty quickly, and I'm gonna go first transport. Because even though it's possible that he opens air first, the map is quite big, and I'm not afraid of being locked by air just because it's so far away. Navy is pretty crucial on this map, but it comes at a later stage. Because even the T1 Navy can be... It's not useless. T1 Navy is never useless, but you cannot raid anything with the frigates, really. Except maybe, I think, one mech on this little island, but that's all. And yeah, I'm not worrying about this at the moment. I'm literally just focusing on taking at least one island. There is already so much mass from the start. You'll see I had some minor issues managing my economy in this game. And on the island I'm going first scout and then 2 artilleries, in hope of being the first one to land here. So the artillery is to lock the factories and of course destroy them if possible. And we've seen quite a bit of air from him, even pretty close to my base, on top of it. The reason for that is that he went for an additional air factory. And I just lost my transport because of this. So right now, because I see all of these indies on top of my base, I know that he's trying to airlock me, basically destroying all of my stuff as soon as it gets out. So I have to pause the transport that I was luckily making because the first one died. And just one anti-air is gonna push him away. The only issue here is that I don't really wanna... My interceptors are out of position to defend anything. I got only 4, so I'm just gonna patrol around there in case there's something important like a transport to kill. But I definitely lost air there. I wasn't so worried. I got one island. And he's trying to use his air control. Which is really good from him. Because a lot of the time people just got air control and then they don't do anything with it. Even if you don't have air control, you can still try to harass with bombers, they're always good. But in this case they're uncontested, which is even better for him. And sometimes the best time to raid is when the enemy has his units occupied attacking you. That's something I do pretty often when I get attacked. I almost attack immediately at the same time. If I got units on the side or anything, depends on the context of course, but the player is not focusing on anything else usually. Not on defending at least, he's attacking. And right now got a lot of mass, so it's time for my T2 Navy. I wanna go pretty quickly on T2 Navy. And I got one island. This one is tricky to keep. I still try to be annoying and make his expansion harder. But yeah, I'm gonna lose it. You can see the engineers who are already dropped on the island. Yeah, I'm flowing way too much mass this game. Not the first one. I tend to, in this kind of game, when I know I need to try hard. Funnily enough, economy is something that I do not focus enough on. Because I'm usually, all of my thoughts are towards trying to make a good strategy out of the events that are happening, staying aware of what's happening on the map, not missing anything. The air control, the lack of air control is starting to get a bit annoying. Nothing major, but I'm planning on catching up very soon. Finally scouting the middle. You know how I'm bad at scouting islands. And I didn't try for the middle because it's really hard to keep, basically, because of this map is really focused on navy, of course, even though we haven't seen any so far. It will come and it will be what wins the games, basically. What wins the game. And this island is almost impossible to keep when navy is in full force. But I see that there is nobody, so I'm thinking about nobody there. So I'm thinking about taking it for myself, even though it's not gonna last long. Because a T1 max, it takes 16 seconds, I believe, to repay itself in mass. And here's a small issue, some Genesis, and his inevitable Air Force with it. But I just finished the shield, and as I told you, I was going to focus more heavily on air, and the Swift Winds helps a bit there. This is nice. I still haven't seen any kind of navy, so I'm allowing myself to eco up a bit instead of rushing T2 navy. So I know I'm still gonna be a bit safe. I got a shield of frigates coming to have me, and as soon as I see any T2, I'm gonna switch to T2 as well. I'm just waiting a bit longer. But this is the moment in the game where I don't know what to do, basically. It's not that I don't know what to do, but it's not like I know the meta or anything. I'm sure there is one for this map. It's quite old. And yeah, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna eco more. What should I go for? I'm thinking about this T2 navy, of course. I'm pretty bad at navy. Like really. And T2 navy for Aeon isn't exceptionally good. That's for sure. Really easy to dodge the destroyer with the destroyer's shots with a bit of micro. And not strong T3 either. And the frigates are the worst in the game. Aeon are very weak in water. So now that I got air control, I'm planning on using it, which is the reason for the gunships.
Transport is full.
Here's the island, a bit later than I thought, but still worth it. It's always a bit harder to micro when you got different kind of interceptors, I mean fighters. Here I got swift winds and interceptors, of course. And they do not move at the same speed, they do not have the same turn rate. Yeah, it's not really difficult, it's just a bit trickier. I'm making T3 on the commander because I wanted to stay in the water and just for build power on the T2 factory. I know that it's gonna lead to a response from this guy, these T2 gunships, so I'm using them to kill all anti-air before there is too much. Focusing the NGs, of course, to prevent that as well. And luckily enough, I wasn't as behind Navy that I thought. As I thought. He was quite late on his T2 Navy as well. And here is the wonderful idea that I'm having with my commander. I don't know if you noticed. I'm making a rapid fire gun, T3, and I got shield. So I'm sure you know where it's going now. It's a pretty dumb idea, to be honest, because I'm ahead in the game. I got air control. Navy's quite even, but yeah, I should not do this if I was really try-harding, let's say. Yeah, okay, Navy is not even. Yeah, still, I could completely catch up. I got so much mass, I could definitely use it almost immediately. And catch up in Navy. But I think the reason why I decided to drop, to AC drop, was because I didn't want to go too far into this game. I think I was a bit scared of not having any plan from now on. So I'm making the game end right now, either by dying or by succeeding. I'm also allowing myself to do this because I know that he's behind in eco. I've destroyed quite a bit. I wasn't expecting to see the comm here, but it's fine. I know that I got the gun, and he seized it. He sees it, so he's just gonna run away. He got T3 air though, which scares me immediately. So I'm going for Sam first. One good thing about this is that I'm not lacking mass, because that's the worst that can happen to you when you're trying to, because all of the threat from this SCU is in his building suit, so I really need good economy, and that's why I'm minus 2000 power, of course. See, yeah, it's pretty bad. haven't realized it yet, I think, because now I got cruiser missiles on me.
Commander under attack.
There it is. Because I don't even have the shield on my ECU anymore. If I don't get the power. Not looking so great. So before it gets worse, I'm dropping a T2 air factory. And the reason for that is I just want engineers and more build power. This is really gonna make the difference in this push. You'll see. It's without this T2 factory, I would have been dead really quickly, I think. Did I tell you that I love T2 static artillery? On Reddit last time, there was this guy, after I told him that I love T2 static, he asked me if I was one of those TuRtLe noobs. What can I say? You got the answer here, I think. I understand the answer from this guy. But yeah, sorry mate, it's not the case. I was targeting the T3 air factory there because that was a threat and I wanted to kill stuff around it as well. Then I targeted the power because I thought that was more efficient, more intelligent to do. The Ravagers are nice from him, but I can build shield pretty fast, and my artillery is in range. If it wasn't in range, it would have been pretty difficult to stop. But yeah. If it's stupid but it works, then it's not stupid, right? One thing that I did badly there is that I was going all in. What I should have done is focus more on improving my economy still and spamming T2 Navy. Because if I had to escape, and let's say I managed to do it, he still had T3 air, but let's say I managed. I should have had a backup plan, which wasn't the case.